Who is she? Kerrigan. Indeed. Guys, there's been a lot of speculation, a lot of rumor on the internet about who our new Kerrigan was going to be. We got pretty stoked. We hooked up with an actress that is just absolutely amazing, has taken this role and just owned it and brought out nuances I could only hope for. And it's been an absolute pleasure to work with her. You may recognize her from, I don't know, a little show on Sci-Fi Network called Battlestar Galactica. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Tricia Helfer. Ms. Helper, hello. Thank you. Guys, actually, that was all I had planned. So, what do you want to talk about?
That's it.
Guys, we've never done a panel quite like this before. I think I said it up front. But we were going to do just an informal discussion, and I'll attempt to moderate. I tend to talk a lot, as you know, so I'll try and knock that off. And then we'll just talk to the actors, and when we're done with that, we'll go to Q&A. I think did I mention that before? The senility is setting in, so all good. So I guess we'll just start at the top. I can't see anybody. Mr. Clotworthy.
Yes, Mr. Metzen.
Wax philosophical, if you would, good sir. What's it been like to come back and play Jim Raynor?
Well, first of all, I want to say that I'm thrilled to see so many people here.
Yeah.
I mean, as
Absolutely.
as a voiceover person, we usually stay in the background, and I'm just thrilled to be a part of this experience, to have so many fans here. I want to thank you all for your support, and I am absolutely thrilled to be back. And I'm telling you, this game rocks. Chris Metzen is a friggin' god.
Okay. Thank you. Guys, it's funny, by way of anecdote, Raynor was one of those characters. It's hard to remember, what was it, 12 years ago? I can't tell time. I don't know when we started writing the original Starcraft, but we thought the idea of, these epic alien civilizations crashing, for supremacy, that in the midst of all that, you got pretty much this one honest man, right? This kind of uncompromising dude, kind of caught in the midst of all that. And the idea or the theme that, one man can make a difference, in the midst of all these titans at war. And there was just something about Robert's voice, right? When he came in, that first, many years ago, and started talking as this man. Sometimes as a writer, you never quite know how the character's going to sound or feel. And Robert just owned it. And again, we are just so glad to have him back. Andrea, actually, I'll ask you a question, because you may serve as a goalie, interestingly enough, during the discussion. What do you hear? Like, as Robert, gets going, and you had a chance to kind of meet Raynor and direct him, over the course of this campaign, what has been your impression? What do you think sings about, his take on the role?
What's so interesting about voice directing in general is you can never anticipate what voice is going to come out of an actor. You can look at what an actor looks like and assume that's going to be what their voice sounds like. And then they completely surprise you because they've got this enormous arsenal of 1,000 different voices inside them. And I had worked with Rob many, many times over the years on everything from Batman and Justice League and Superman and many different series. And some of the more cartoony ones, if you will, the Animaniacs and Pinky and the Brain types of series. And when Chris contacted me forever ago through my dear friend Russell Brower, who I have to thank publicly for bringing me into this Blizzard family, and told me that we were going to be working on this project, and I was listening to Rob's voice, and I said, no, you mean Rob Clotworthy? And I heard his voice, no, Rob Clotworthy. And then I hear this wonderful voice come out of Rob, which I had never, ever heard before. It's one of the joys of directing voice actors, is to hear these things that surprise you after years and years of knowing an actor, to hear something new and different I had never heard before. And so as we work together, and we've worked now, 6-8 months on this together, and the voice even evolved during that time as we worked through some of the scenes.